Hi, this is Sumesh Vadera, Chief Editor, AOJ, The Art of Jewelry. We have a very special guest with us today, Mr. Amit Pratihari, the Managing Director of GIA India. Welcome, Mr. Amit, to the AOJ Talk Show.
Thank you, Sumeshji. It is always an honor and a pleasure talking to you, Sumeshji. So, yeah, I'm quite excited and looking forward to this conversation.
Right. Thank you. And now I think it has been almost 7 to 8 months. You have been taken up this role of GIA MD in India. I think it's October 1st you joined GIA, if I'm not wrong, right? Last year.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I joined October is the beginning of the month, and I joined.
Perfect. So GIA, as we all know, is a highest benchmark for trust and certification when it comes to diamonds, and I think it's a big responsibility, to being in a part of this GIA India. Tell us how's the GIA India is evolving, and how are the changing needs from the industry, and how you seen this your new role in GIA.
So first of all, Sumeshji, I must say that I am a bit fortunate all my life that I got an opportunity to work with some good organization, and GIA is one of them. And I'm absolutely honored and privileged to work for this organization. Main reason for that is that every organization has some vision to lead.
Right.
But when you talk about GIA, it's a organization which is more purpose driven, I would say. Okay.
Right.
It is an institution that was established to protect the consumer trust.
Right.
Okay. And when this foundation was laid down, basis education backed by the science. So I think that ethos has continued over the time, and it has evolved, and still date GIA is delivering that consumer trust across the globe. And if I look at Indian dynamic industry, you have asked that question. How do we address that evolving need?
Industry needs.
Industry needs. And I will draw back our attention to Indian market. Okay, India is the second largest jewelry market in the world, and increasingly consumers are demanding, right information. And for us, when we look at GIA, I think we have a big role to play in that. That how do we bring trust to the conversation? So we have laid down very clear focus area for us. Okay. What is the focus? One, it comes from operation, because India is one of the largest GIA institute outside America.
Right.
So the first priority is that strengthening our laboratory capacity and turnaround time. That is our focus, which will remain. Expanding our education reach beyond the metros, Delhi, Bombay. We need to go, tier 1, tier 2 cities wherein we can help educate people on that area.
Right.
And most importantly, also deepening our relationship with the jewelers. Okay, wherein we give them tools that they can talk about transparency, about provenance during the retail conversation. So that's the focus of what we are looking at.
So I'll come to that, but I need to talk. I want you to tell us more about the GIA's new service. There is a jewelry certification which you have introduced for natural diamond studded jewelry. So this makes a very significant step towards enhancing the transparency, authenticity, consumer confidence, and from a long time industry was expecting this move from you. So tell us more about this jewelry certification services.
First of all, the jewelry services was introduced mid last year. In fact, it was last year IJs that the whole introduction had happened for jewelry services. And this is a natural extension of GI's mission, wherein we want to bring transparency,
Right.
confidence to every part of gems and jewelry in the value chain system, not just only the loose diamond.
Right.
So when we talk about that, we took time to execute and come to the market with that offering, because it required good amount of research. Because when you set a diamond or a gemstone in a jewelry,
Right.
it requires certain depth of science and knowledge to bring that right information to the report. So
Right.
our GIA jewelry report covers natural diamond studded, which is studded one. We provide independent verification of diamonds on set jewelry, be it their quality, authenticity, and the grading standards. So when consumer is asking, what exactly they are buying, that report, jewelry report, will be a powerful tool that they can use while the sales conversation is there. So, as I said, our mission remains consistent, that we want to build a world of trust, ensure that every consumer has confidence in gems and jewelry they buy, which is report. The report is from GI.
Right, and it becomes even more significant in the background of the growing popularity of lab-grown diamonds. Lab-grown diamonds are here to stay; they are growing. So, in that background of lab-grown diamonds in the market, how GIA is supporting the industry with the more education, with more identification program, your new latest equipments. I'm sure you must be having a lot of programs around to so that the customer and your industry is very clear what is lab grown, what is natural, and that is, I think, today the very need of the hour and a burning issue in the industry, right?
Yeah. So, Sumeshji, what a relevant question in today's world, and particularly when you look at Indian market, the situation is getting, I would say, blur in a way, wherein certification and transparency is required.
Right.
And GI's position has been clear since the beginning. Okay, and it is clear and consistent since the time we have started this establishment. What is that? Is to give accurate disclosure that is non-negotiable, regardless whatever the category it is, between be it natural diamond or a lab grown or a color stone or any other gemstone. Our report is an accurate disclosure what we stand for. When it comes to lab grown, if you look at detecting lab grown in a rough stage is much easier. Okay, so you don't need a trained eye to tell, oh, it is a natural diamond rough and this is a lab grown rough. It's an untrained eye can also detect that. But the challenge comes when it is cut and polish. That is where the use of technology is required, and GIA, is a front runner of developing scientific tools or instrument that can detect whether it is a natural or lab grown, including the test of HPHT and CVD grown diamonds also. So absolute clarity we do that.
So,
and if you remember,
yes.
Sorry, Jihan.
No, please go ahead.
GIA had changed the report standing also, the nomenclature what we use.
Okay.
We do not grade lab grown based on forces, and that what we learned over the time, that the forces is for the natural, which is rare. The E to Z classification was made for a rarity of the particular diamond. Okay, when it comes to factory or a lab grown product, there is no rarity. Okay, so that's why what we have done is that we have changed the nomenclature. Instead of giving 4Cs, we say that whether it is a premium product or a standard product. So when consumers sees this report, they're absolutely clear that whether they're buying a natural diamond or a lab grown diamond, and both have a distinct customer, both have a distinct market, I would say.
Right. And also in the trade, of course, also in the consumer, the brand equity of GIA is very strong. It stands, as I told you, for the highest benchmark. So these services which you just mentioned about identifying the natural diamond versus lab grown? Is it able to penetrate? Because India is a large country, is a big market, 300,000 retailers. How do you plan to penetrate the services across India?
So there are a couple of things. One, if you look at diamond, when loose diamond, GI is pretty well established in that case. And when you look back, narrow down, and come back and think of Indian market, jewelry report is one area, I would say, area of growth which is required. It's a vehicle to retail, I call it internally, because I think in India we are used to selling smaller diamond but large jewelry pieces, and that's where the jewelry report plays a big role. And
Right.
Shumeji, you must be happy to know that we not only just do jewelry report, we do pearl report also.
Right.
We are one of the largest in certifying pearl report, 7 pearl factor, which was, again created by GIA. So we have established that service in India, and we are getting a solid traction for that. So when it comes to jewelry, idea is to work with retailer who believe in transparency and quality.
I got it, but I want to know is the distribution of your labs. You're based in Mumbai and Surat at the moment, right? You have two big labs. So
Yes.
suppose somebody, let us say, sitting in Northeast in Calcutta, Guwahati, to let us say Rajkot on the western side, to Trivandrum in the south India geographically. So the turnaround times, and you're able to cater to the needs. We understood that you have the best equipment, you are geared up. Now the thing is, I'm talking about the more of a logistics and geographically part of India.
So I tell you what we are aiming is a quite a aggressive turnaround time,
Okay.
anywhere between 3 days turnaround time. So plus the logistic, we are in consultation with the leading logistic provider in the country, that how we can do a fast track service for those retailer who wants to work with us, which is beyond say Delhi and Mumbai and Surat. So that we will announce in IJs, and why we are quite excited about it, because we understand that jewelry is not just the diamond; it is also gold, and the fluctuating rate, it requires a faster turnaround time.
Absolutely.
So we are closely working with our logistic partner to
Any
give a better
plans for like a
turnaround.
satellite labs in other metros of India? GIA labs we can see in terms of it could be a smaller version of the GIA labs in these towns.
In a short term, not, because we have very good establishment in Mumbai and Surat,
Right.
and we have, and as you know, this is a manufacturing hub of diamond jewelry.
Correct.
But having said that, Sumesh, we will be coming regional, but it may happen say 3 years from now.
Okay, got it. Now, coming to the education part, but before that, artificial intelligence, Amit, is a buzzword today in every industry, and jewelry and diamond is not separated from the rest of the world. So, how do you see a role of artificial technology like artificial intelligence playing in gemological and diamond grading? Do you think an artificial intelligence has some role to play?
See, AI is increasing, I would say, is becoming more important in the gems and jewelry industry.
Right.
And GI is actively, we are engaged, we are seeing different tools, we're doing a lot of research in that space. So we are quite, I would say, in a lot of engagement and tools what we can use within our operation.
Right.
But we are not looking at as a replacement, because scientifically it is not possible that you can replace a gemologist or remove the human and completely do a AI grading. It is scientifically not possible. So for us, the integrity matters. For us, we are looking AI that in a different way, that how we can optimize our operation, how we can process within our lab much smarter, how do we can do data analytics much faster.
Right.
So right now we are looking at building operational capacity or improving that turnaround time. Those areas we're looking at as AI. We don't have to do the repetitive job there. But what I think,
But the core business of Certification
it will
remains with
require,
the human part, right?
yeah, it is a combination of human and technology,
Okay.
but you still need a human validation to authenticate what we are looking machine is reading, because machine is learning. And
Right.
as you know, two gemstones are not same. Okay, so so it cannot be graded in a same fashion. It requires human expertise. And as you know, Sumeshji, our graders in GI India particularly, their average years of experience is 10 years. And I can guarantee you, this kind of experienced grader is very rare to find in any of other place.
I know they're one of the best. I do totally agree. Education has been always GIA's strength. So, with what new initiatives and programs you are coming for the jewelry industry, especially students, the newcomers, and for the existing professionals in the jewelry industry?
So, just to give you a little bit more context in that, Sumesh, you asked
Yes.
that education, and we have been a forefront of education when it comes
Right.
to gemologists. GIA overall, since the time we have, founding years of 1931 till date, we have more than 7 lakh educated GI alumni across the world. It
Wow.
is a big
That's
number,
huge.
huge. And when I was going through this number,
7
I said,
lakh
wow,
professionals have been trained in the jewelry industry worldwide under GIA.
yeah.
And then
And,
alumni
and
is active alumni of 7 lakh people.
So we have active alumni would be around 275, 2 lakh
2
70,000
lakh
people who are
75. Oh,
very,
wow.
yeah, very, very active alumni.
Yeah, very
And
good.
I would love to invite you in 8th of August. We are having a great alumni meet in Mumbai.
Okay.
So what we are doing in India, we have a two-pronged approach here. One is for our accredite course, okay? That is our GG, the gemology course, which we provide here. So this is a global program that has been executed here in India.
Right.
At the same time, what we are looking at, we are customizing program for retail, because the Indian retail need is very, very different compared to the global market. So we are customizing retail program, partnering with retailer, making sure that they have the right tool for the conversation, because consumer today are asking very, very intelligent question. So
Absolutely.
our team members should be equipped to handle those questions, and that's where we are working on.
So that means even your course material keep getting upgraded over a period of
Oh,
time, keeping in mind the
absolutely.
needs of the consumer and the retailers.
Absolutely, Sumeji. So that upgradation is always there, because with science, with technology, now how we can see, you asked me previously a question on AI.
Yeah.
We can use AI in designing. That's what we are teaching. That is the area of focus. How we can use AI in the field of manufacturing also. So those are the area we are focusing and bringing that to our curriculum so that we can educate people.
And how is the
When it comes to
fee
retail,
structure of these courses? Is it like
oh,
reasonable? Everything is subjective, but still, you can give us a
no,
range of starting from what amount or how many duration to what it goes?
so Sumeji, it for accredited course, it is quite available. It is starting from some courses which is from 8 lakh rupees to say 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees. Also, different types of courses are there. When you look at retail, what we do is the retail training program that we have actually looking for an annual sign up. Okay, and those are very reasonably priced, which you can get, any retailer can sign up. And we have every month designed the program that somebody is new to inducted to the store. We have an induction program, and then we build the curriculum, go to the higher level based on the maturity of the sales staff also. So we have from beginner to advanced level of training for a 12-month program that we are approaching to
I
the
think it's
people.
very
And very
essential,
reasonably.
very essential today because more and more jewelers have realized to be organized, to be in a work in a corporate way. We have a mandatory hallmarking, we have a HUI do, and the consumers are also, as you say, very educated. So this is I think the last mile, the right salesperson sitting on the counter, uh,
Yeah.
communicating to the consumer this right key points is very essential. I feel so. And GIA, I'm happy is playing role in that. A final
Yes.
question, Jay, Amiji. So now under your leadership, what is your vision for GIA India and for the Indian industry for next, say, 3 to 5 years? Give me point one, two, three, five things you would like to do under your leadership for the industry.
Yeah. So, Sumesh, first of all, when as I said, I'm a bit fortunate to work in this organization. So it's
Right.
a big responsibility that comes to me. The approach is very simple, and we are keeping it, as I said, there are two ways we're looking at. One, that India for India, that's where my focus is. And there is another vertical, which is India for the world, because India is the world largest cutting and polishing. So 90% or 95% of the diamond passes through India. And being in India, we have a global market to cater also. So that is one part. But
Right.
most importantly, when we look at India for India, and I have a single point objective, is that how I can partner with my retailer and help them grow the business. I'm not in the business of selling report or anything. I want to partner with them so that their business grows. So that is my only one objective,
It's a
which I have taken.
very interesting approach. And coming from GIA, so we thought they're very focused on certification, but now you are here to add value to their business, looking at growing their business.
Because the conversation has changed. The conversation has moved from BDB to Bandra. Okay. So at Bandra, when you're at the retail, what I meant is retail, that is where the conversation is happening. And what we feel that every professional in the jewelry industry should have access to right education. They should have right information. Consumer has a choice to make. As a business, if you look at our category, it's a heritage category. It's a legacy business.
Right.
And for in that legacy business, what matters is the trust. And as GI role is that how we can support our retail partner to carry forward this legacy to the next generation and help them in the retail conversation. What are the tools they need? What are the experience they want to create? That's all we are focusing, Sumeshji. And
Perfect.
as I said,
And that will also mean more engagement with the trade, with the retailers. Because generally, what
yes,
we know the GIA as a legacy, as a tradition, it's a company which is like, having a court, you have a Supreme Court judge. They don't talk too much. They want to be a little aloof. No, this is I may be wrong. Because their job is like that. They don't want to be mingling too much with the industry because they are having a big responsibility to ensure that they don't have any bias towards any player. So they've been aloof. But now the things, as you said, the narrative has changed, the needs have changed. So you'll be seeing you more engaged with the industry going forward. Is that true?
yeah, you're right, Sumeshji. See, when it comes to integrity, when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to science, when it comes to trust or transparency, that ethos continues to be the same.
Right.
But what we are trying to do is that helping retailer, okay, because you have pointed it very smartly, Sumeshji, that the need has changed.
Right.
Okay. Today, consumer wants to know more and more accurate information. And in today's world, the information, we are overloaded with information, but
Right.
we still look for accurate information. And GI could be that source of information for a retailer. GIA could be that source which can protect their trust. GI could be the source which they can build their legacy or next generation.
Absolutely.
I think that's the role what GI is.
I have no doubt about that. All I'm saying is that GIA, you and your team will be more available to the trade.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Options available to educate them and provide,
Yes.
as you said, faster turnaround times, which
Yes.
are also the commercial needs of the industry, right?
Yeah.
The need of that.
Today, because of the all the costs being
Yes,
skyrocketed, right? People want faster turnaround.
absolutely.
So we need to understand the need of the market and build our capability and capacity. So, and I think we are quite successful in that. As I said, we have some very selected, very nice partners who have doing a jewelry report with us already. The entire store has been converted, and they are seeing the success. So we're quite excited about the next phase of India growth, I would say.
Very interesting insights. Thank you very much, Amitji. And wishing
Thank you.
you, thank you for sparing your valuable time. I know how busy your schedule is in a day, but it was important for us to catch up and convey this information to our industry. Wishing you all the very best and look forward to see you at the
Thank you.
IAGS Bombay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sumesh. Looking forward.